In June 2025 marked a pivotal moment when President Trump enacted Proclamation 10949, implementing extensive travel restrictions that threaten to undermine the 2026 FIFA World Cup before it begins. Supporters are denied entry, host municipalities are caught off guard, and corporate partners are growing anxious. What was intended as a worldwide celebration is evolving into a diplomatic crisis. While venues stand prepared, global participation faces unprecedented barriers. From visa complications to venue disruptions, this transcends sports. It's become a geopolitical flashpoint. Here's how these developments are transforming this landmark tournament. Trump's implementation of Proclamation 10949 in June 2025 sent shockwaves through international football comparable to a game-changing penalty. This directive prohibits entry from 12 nations, including Iran, Somalia, and Syria, while imposing additional restrictions on 7 others, precisely as America prepares to co-host the most globally inclusive World Cup ever organized. Although top-tier athletes and FIFA leadership receive exemptions, supporters, media personnel, and service providers face exclusion. They must contend with the overwhelmed B1/B2 visa processing system, where approval delays in numerous affected nations exceed 300 days, well beyond tournament commencement. This represents deliberate policy implementation, not administrative oversight, effectively preventing thousands from attending. Iranian supporters holding legitimate tickets face complete exclusion. No special provisions, no temporary accommodations, simply an impenetrable barrier for those who embody football's passionate spirit. Fan organizations across Africa and the Middle East are abandoning travel arrangements with a unified message resonating. Citizenship from certain countries means exclusion, regardless of ticket ownership. While athletes will compete, football's global community is being systematically excluded. However, this extends beyond vacant stadium sections. It's creating a comprehensive crisis for host communities. As Washington restricts entry, major cities including Atlanta, Houston, Los Angeles, and New York face severe complications. These aren't merely tournament locations. They're host communities that committed millions toward infrastructure development, promotional campaigns, and tourism initiatives. Currently, hotel reservations are declining, event personnel are reducing operations, and local coordinators are expressing public concern. One Houston representative summarized the situation: "We're welcoming the world while simultaneously preventing global attendance." Hospitality establishments are reducing room allocations. Transportation companies are cutting flight schedules. Dining establishments and transportation services are preparing for a summer characterized by disappointment rather than celebration. Beyond economic implications lies reputational damage. These municipalities anticipated international recognition, tourism revenue increases, and opportunities for global promotion. With international visitors restricted, that visibility is diminishing. Several locations are withdrawing support from fan celebration areas, anticipating empty venues and financial losses. Security concerns are intensifying. Multiple cities report National Guard presence related to immigration enforcement activities, hardly the welcoming atmosphere FIFA envisioned. The entire situation resembles a public relations catastrophe, with municipal leaders positioned between federal mandates and international commitments. Iran's circumstances perfectly illustrate the contradiction. Their national team receives clearance to participate while their supporters face complete exclusion. Even individuals with family connections to players or valid match passes encounter insurmountable bureaucratic obstacles. The visual impact is devastating. Iranian sports media has responded directly, characterizing the policy as discriminatory and offensive. While Iran won't host matches, Canada and Mexico will maintain open access policies, highlighting the disparity. Some supporters attempt alternative routes through Toronto, hoping to attend matches there. However, workarounds cannot eliminate underlying discrimination. This affects multiple nations. Countries like Sudan and Yemen lack functional visa application processes. For nations with partial restrictions, processing timelines are so extensive that the 2026 tournament may conclude before approvals are granted. Even cities with significant immigrant populations like Toronto cannot substitute for genuine international representation. FIFA's response remains notably absent. Private discussions suggest venue modifications and legal preparations. At this trajectory, the 2026 World Cup will be remembered not for athletic achievements, but for exclusionary policies. FIFA's lack of response is striking as entire regions discover they cannot attend the 2026 World Cup. Internal assessments indicate reputation damage across Africa and the Middle East. Regional football associations demand explanations, yet FIFA maintains official silence. Corporate sponsors are privately expressing serious concerns. International brands including Adidas, Coca-Cola, Visa, and Qatar Airways rely heavily on emerging markets now excluded from U.S. tournament access. Confidential European communications reveal ongoing discussions about reducing American advertising investments while redirecting resources toward Canada and Mexico. One beverage industry executive stated, "We refuse to represent a segregated World Cup." This sentiment has spread rapidly through international marketing networks. Simultaneously, organizations like Human Rights Watch and the ACLU have condemned the policy as discriminatory. Various supporter groups are pursuing legal counsel, preparing to contest these restrictions through international judicial systems. FIFA confronts more than ethical challenges. It faces potential commercial disaster. Without prompt action, 2026's legacy may center on participation refusals rather than sporting excellence. While America strengthens border controls, Mexico and Canada pursue opposite strategies, embracing international visitors. Mid-June saw Mexico publicly announce that all supporters, regardless of nationality, receive welcome invitations. Canada followed with similar commitments, guaranteeing unrestricted access for global visitors. Neither country directly criticized Trump, but their position is unmistakable. They're establishing themselves as the welcoming co-hosts. Response was immediate. Football federations from Iran, Algeria, and Venezuela now request match relocations outside America, citing political concerns and supporter access issues. This diplomatic resistance is restructuring the tournament. The previously unified North American World Cup is fragmenting into distinct zones, one inclusive, one restrictive. Canada and Mexico are earning recognition and revenue. Air travel to Toronto, Vancouver, and Mexico City is increasing dramatically. Accommodations are booking rapidly, and supporter groups are organizing complete itineraries that avoid American venues. The contrast is undeniable. While America constructed facilities, Canada and Mexico are capturing goodwill, media attention, and hospitality advantages simply through maintaining open policies. We've reached the intersection where athletics meets governance. The 2026 World Cup was designed as a celebration of global unity. Instead, it's navigating through controversy. Trump's proclamation, 10949, may have protected athletes, but it excluded football's essence, the supporters, families, and international football community. Canada and Mexico have capitalized on this opportunity, not merely through welcoming gestures, but through economic benefits generating tourism revenue, international goodwill, and diplomatic influence. While FIFA struggles with inaction, the central question transcends athletic competition. It concerns fundamental values. Can any nation authentically host global events while excluding millions of potential participants? Will international corporations maintain partnerships when their target markets cannot attend? Should FIFA prioritize access or protect existing agreements? The 2026 World Cup was conceived to demonstrate North American cooperation and global inclusivity. Instead, it's becoming an examination of how political decisions can fragment international sporting events. While stadiums await and athletes prepare, the real competition occurs in visa processing centers, corporate boardrooms, and diplomatic offices. The tournament will proceed, but its historical significance may be determined not by field performance, but by the barriers constructed around it. If you found this video valuable, give it a like and subscribe for more. Also, for more coverage of US-Canada trade news, subscribe to our channel and click the bell to be the first to hear the news.